Hi guys, this is Raisa. Welcome back to my channel. I trust you guys had a wonderful week last week and are gearing up for the next week. Today we're going to visit some of the energies that may affect us for the week of April the 8th through to the 14th. This week, Shirian is moving out of Pisces. He's the wounded healer, or representation of the wounded healer. The things that have been wounds in our lives, the people, the situations, the drama that we have been through that has affected us in a negative way. Some of that drama starts off in our childhood. Okay, so this week is all about trying to take some of that negative energy, some of that disappointment, some of those old wounds that we have, and heal them once and for all. Shirian is moving into Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, therefore it's our ascendant. It's what we put out in the world. And for some of us, it's a deep wound. For some of us, it's something that has followed us throughout our lives. And we need to heal that, but we also need to be very patient with ourselves, because if it's something that we have had affecting us our entire life, it's going to be a little difficult for us to release it all at once. But it's a beginning of facing it. It's a beginning of looking at it for what it is and how we need to release it. Whether it was our parents, whether it was someone else, whether it was something that happened in our home and we saw it and it affected us, picking up the pieces of broken homes, of broken relationships, of deaths that occurred, perhaps for some of you, separations of parents, loss of siblings. For all of us, it's something different. It could be the loss of an animal that meant a lot to you, something that affected you as a child, that took away your power, that fragmented you in many ways, that set you off in a different path. For some of us, it's also facing our demons, facing the lion within us, our conscious and our unconscious mind, trying to integrate it, trying to rise above, allowing our emotions or our ego to overtake our decisions or how we see others or how we react to other people that have interactions in our lives. So that's one of the things that we are overcoming during this week, or we are learning to focus on it or see it for what it truly is. We all have that lion, we all have that alter ego that we are working with or working to overcome, to see it for what it is, and to eventually be able to love more unconditionally, love others more. And it's not all about sexual type of love, it's more about the love that comes from the soul, for another soul, for another person, seeing them for who they truly are, just through the eyes of love, like an angel perhaps would look at another person, seeing the energy around them, seeing their soul, not seeing what they are, who they are, what they look like, how they treat you. No, you just treat them with unconditional love regardless, and holding no grudges. That is important as well, because if you hold a grudge, it's like a hole in the soul. Like this other card that's here. These cards that I get prior to the reading, these are cards as I shuffle, as I am guided to shuffle certain decks. I already know more or less through intuition or through the guidance what I'm going to talk about, which is building up yourself, going within. Some of the cards that I pulled during the week tell me what the weekly reading is going to be about. It's going to be taking care of self, going within, being alone for a while, going out in nature or meditating in your room, however you need to do it, to go within, to see what you need to do to help yourself. Because once you help yourself, your outer world changes. The way other people treat you will change. The way you treat them changes automatically. Because you're going within, you're seeing where you're wounded, trying to work on that. Your addictions, whether it's to food, to drugs, to alcohol, to negative thinking patterns that you have had instilled in you as a child. It started then and it's been continuing. It just gets bigger and bigger till it's all one big ball of black yarn. And it's hard to unravel it all in one day. It takes a while, but the first step is to notice it. Where have you leaked your power out to others? For some of you, you know, and then you eat in order to be able to deal with it, you know, to deal with it, and you feel empty. It leaves an empty feeling, and you're not sure why you're so lonely, you're so empty. You have your family, you have people that you love around you, but still that emptiness because you have leaked out your power to decide, your power to do things. You have allowed others to step in because you didn't want the responsibility, or you didn't want to deal with it, but it was your place to do it. It was your turn to be in charge, to have the power over others, to say what you feel. You allow others to change your mind. You're not speaking your truth. All of that you internalize, and it wounds you, it hurts you. So it's time to start letting it out, to speak your truth, to see the path that you need to take and do the things that you want to do that make you happy, what makes you truly happy, and start doing it, and start removing some of those old wounds that you have through your mind, knowing what it is and being able to begin to take care of the problem, to come up with a positive solution on how you're going to release the hole in the soul, like this card says. It could be a childhood situation. It could be an old romantic situation, a death, like I said, in the family. It could all lead to it. In one way, your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life. It's through low-grade depression, which could be one of the symptoms that you will experience due to it. As a perpetual empty feeling, you know, like you can't seem to fill that void. Therefore, you'll eat more, you'll drink more, you'll take drugs, or you'll smoke cigarettes, whatever the case may be, because you have that feeling that you just can't seem to fill it with nothing. People, sex, none of it seems to take care of it. It's something that you need to work within yourself. It's a hole in your soul. It's something that's disrupting your being internally. If as a child you tried to make everything all right by picking up the pieces of your family's drama, that can hurt you. Then you adopt a false self. When you lose your authentic self, you disconnect from your true feelings, your needs, your desires. Instead, you wear a mask to make others feel more comfortable. That's where we start to fragment and become other people. It isn't our true nature, you know. It's something that we become because of the wounds, because of the things that we had to experience as a child, or as a young adult, or even as an adult. It doesn't matter what stage in your life it happens. This is a symptom that a lot of us have. Being detached leads to profound loneliness and isolation, as you're always mourning your true self, and that is a fact. This card encourages you to discover your true self through learning about your childhood and mourning the abandonment and neglect that you felt. You have to somehow work on those wounds, okay? And the next card is being patient, because as you do this, it's not going to happen overnight. It's something that has compiled over a long period of time. So being patient. So if now you decide you need to exercise, change your diet, eat more healthy, don't eat any more meats, eat more fruits and vegetables, fish, you know, something. You're trying to change your diet. Being patient, because it's going to take a little while, the process, for it to help you, help release those old wounds, to help change your body if you've gained a lot of weight and now you're going to start taking care of yourself. Focusing more on self is what this week is going to be all about. For the rest of the month, you know, focusing on yourself, healing old wounds, praying more, releasing guilt and blame for others, because we're all teachers of each other. So you can't really blame stuff on other people. You have to know that it was just a learning lesson. It was a lesson. It was something you had to learn at that time, and you have to release it. You have to release the guilt and the blame so that you can heal, okay? Give it and it shall be given unto you. So if you give love, it's going to be returned. If you give peace to others, you help them be more peaceful. You help soothe them when you see that they're in toil and in trouble. It will be given unto you. So whatever it is you're asking for in prayer or in your thoughts, again, being patient, But as you give, you shall receive. It's all about that karmic balance. How teachable are you? How lovable are you? Learn to give so that you can receive the things that you want. For some of you this week, with the wounded healer moving into Aries, moving away from Pisces, which is the hidden unconscious, our secrets that come out to light, our wounds that we express, that we tell finally someone, hey, you did this to me, and I want you to apologize so that I can forgive you, so that we can forgive each other. And, finally, it is released into the ether. We're all going to be going through this, because as above, so below. When those planets move and things change in the universe, it affects us all, because we are made of stardust, and we're all connected to each other and to the universe, to the planets. We're all energy. So remember, as above, so below. We're going to be releasing a lot of emotional, pent up situations that we've had, wounds and things and addictions. So be aware that this is happening, so that you can allow it to be released, allow it to come out, grow from it, release it, and move on to the better you, the new and improved you, which you're going to like a lot more. There's a lot of disruption of the oppression that you have been feeling. It's all going to be released. Now you have to rebuild. All of the false hopes and dreams and faces, masks that you have been wearing are going to come down, because you're no longer needing this. You want to show people who you truly are and live from an authentic self, from your soul, from your heart. Who you are, who you want to be, who you want to be seen by others as. This is me, not who you think I am, not the reflection that you see of yourself. I want you to see me for me. So everything has to come down, has to be rebuilt. The oppressive energy that you have felt has got to be gone. You have been hiding behind this energy, this mask. You don't even want to see it. You don't want to make a decision, but there's decisions that need to be made. And you need to wake up. You need to open your eyes. Take off that blindfold. Take off the mask so that you can see. So that these swords, you can put them down finally. You don't have to protect yourself anymore. You don't have to be on guard, ready for the next fight, ready for the next situation. No. Be your authentic self. Open your eyes. If there's a decision you need to make, an important one, make it. Because this is a card of waiting, of psychic abilities, of waiting for the path to be shown, of not wanting to see what's right in front of you, of not wanting to make a decision. But you have to. Because if you don't make a decision, the universe decides for you. And then you're going to go, well, why did this happen to me? Why couldn't I have? Well, you should have decided. You should have been more decisive about yourself. Go within. What do you want? What do you want for your life? What is next for you? What are you trying to attract into your life? But balance is very important. Balancing our true fiery nature, our impulsivity with our emotions. Marrying them together so that we can become more integrated. For some of you, it's a new partner that's coming into your life. Once you decide, once you take the blindfold off, once you quit playing the blame game and woe is me, no, you start working on yourself. You go within, figure out what you need to change, and stick with the plan. Stick with the plan. Because you're going to be kicking the addictions, the temptations to the curb. You don't want this anymore in your life. You really want to change. You want to be happy. You want to do all those things that you've dreamed of. And I don't mean winning the lottery or some, impressive dream, which could be what you guys are dreaming of. Oh, I want like a lot of money so I can go do things. You can manifest this through love. You don't have to, which some of you can, You can play it and win it, what have you, if that's what you desire. But it doesn't have to be about the mundane things in life, which is what this card represents. Temptation. This is the devil. It's not always about the things in life. It's more the spiritual self that you need to feed. This is what we want to grow. Our spiritual self, not the things that we have around us, not the mountains of money or a big home, or what do you do with all of that? A nice, comfortable, small home is good too. Love, people around you that love you, that care for you, that is important. That is very important. So making some of those dreams come true. Having the love around us that we would like to have and be able to show to others. It's not all about the nice cars and the money and the clothes and the people, rich people or status. Some people really like that in life, but it's not all about that, because that can also leave you very empty. It's all about yourself, integrating yourself. And like I was saying till I got veered off on some other tangent, for some of you it's a relationship that's going to either strengthen if you are already in a relationship, or someone new that comes into your life that helps you integrate yourself again, all your fragmented parts. You're calling them home. You're becoming who you truly are. Yes, balance. These cards are both about balance. This is the Temperance card. This represents Sagittarius finally integrating themselves, walking the path of spirituality. This is all about your spirit guide going, hey, you really need to work on these things and straighten yourself up, because the path is still long. You still have a long way before you achieve your goals. You need to really learn to balance your life, your physical life with your spiritual life and your emotional life. You need to marry them all together and work with it and make it flow like water, like the magic that the alchemist does, the Temperance card. And this is all the same thing, your heart with your physical life, learning to balance. For some of you, it'll be 2 jobs. Maybe some of you are starting a new job. You're going in a new direction, something that you really, really love. And you're learning to balance it with the other things that you do, or your other job, your home life, getting some rest. You may be out of balance when it comes to all of that, so you need to really focus on it. The King of Wands. For some of you, it's a fire sign that's coming into your life to either assist you with changing the things that you need to change in your life. A new partner for those of you that are single. It'll be a fire sign, another Sagittarius. For myself, because I'm a Sagittarius, Aries, or a Leo. Those are the 3 fire signs. So for some of you, it's a fire sign that's coming into your life. For some of you, this represents yourself, taking action, moving the energy forward, doing the things that you need to do to move your life forward, because that's what the King of Wands does. The Queen creates the passion, creates the image, and the King moves it forward. He's the one with the action that makes it happen fast. So for some of you, you may be wishing for a partner. It's coming in really quickly. And for some of you, the changes that you are making are going to happen fast. You just need to be aware of what you're doing, okay? Because the King of Wands will make it happen quickly. Be careful with the temptations. Don't fall back. Once you are on the path to improve yourself and know the things that you need to change, the temptation around you is going to be fierce. Don't look at it. Look the other way, okay? Because yes, it's going to be fierce. There's a lot of competition for either the partnership for some of you that's coming into your life, or a lot of differences of opinion and moving forward. Others in your life may not like the changes that you're making, may not want you to go in that direction, but you need to stand your ground. Defend yourself, because you want to improve. You want to keep going in that direction. You don't want to feel this loneliness anymore of the 5 of Coins. This is isolation. This is being alone. This is loneliness. You feel like it's just you. She's holding her child and out in the cold. Like you're out in the cold and nobody cares and everyone's left you alone. But you're never truly alone. You just feel that way sometimes because people don't understand you. You need to show them who you truly are. For some of you, you have a lot of oppressive energy on you. You have a lot of responsibilities that oppress you. They're not even your own responsibilities, but you take them upon yourself because, again, you're a loving soul and you're fragmented and you want to help other people because you feel, that keeps you busy, that keeps you full because you're busy working with others, helping others. But this energy is too heavy. It's too heavy. You need to release some of the false feelings of having to take care of everyone and everything around you. You need to release it. You need to, again, go within, focus on yourself, because you need to work on yourself, not all of this busy energy or all these other responsibilities that don't belong to you. Let go of some of them. Some of them are yours. They're your plans, they're your dreams, they're your wishes, your passion. Passion. That is the word I had forgotten. We are working on our passion this week. We are picking up our cross and carrying it. Not anyone else's, but our own. Our own. Working on our own faults, working on our own fragmentations, and releasing all that. We don't need a lot of that anymore. We don't need a lot of these ideas, these passions, these energies from other people that we're hanging on to, that we're trying to help and support. No, some of those responsibilities belong to other people, and they need to walk that path because it's their cross to bear. It's their karmic lessons, not yours. You need to know what's yours and what's someone else's and release it. Then you will feel pretty happy about your accomplishments. Wow, I did it. I did it. I feel happy. My finances are very balanced. I'm really happy. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm listening to the messages coming in from the divine. I'm going in that direction. I'm pretty happy about my accomplishments. That's how you got to look at it. Then something new happens. A new path, a new relationship, a new home for some of you. That's going to make you really, really happy. You're going to feel very accomplished. The way that you've changed, the things that you've done, all the oppressive energy that you have let go of. Taming that inner lion, that voice, that feeling of wanting to jump, to be impulsive when someone says something or does something, or your thoughts, you tame them. You internalize that lion and it becomes part of you. It helps, gives you strength to move forward, to deal with your responsibilities and the things that you need to do for yourself. I hope you like this so far. All right. Had to release that energy myself. That was a lot of channeling information, but passion. Living our passions. What do we truly love in life? What do we want to do with our lives? Where do we want to go? What is our true passion? Some of these cards, new deck, more or less the same cards. The Nine of Coins. A well-deserved reward. Well-deserved reward for our hard work. So this week we're going to start seeing that things may change around us because we have worked very hard to achieve some of our goals, to become integrated, to be able to balance our energies with those around us, the people at work, our family, our friends, our neighbors. Very, very difficult to wear all those different hats. Take one off, put one on, and do what you got to do every single time. You're being asked to rest as well because you become very depleted again of energy dealing with other people. So spend some time in meditation, spend some time resting and reconsidering some of the decisions that you may have made. Because perhaps at this point in your life, when you start releasing all the masks and healing the wounds, you're not where you want to be. You want to go somewhere else. You want to do something else. Or you are where you want to be, but you reconsider the way that you've thought about things, the way that you've thought about the people, your job, the places where you live, things like that. You reconsider them. You realize why you are where you are, the things that have to happen in your life, being patient with the changes. Also, there's karmic lessons too. Family, we need to take care of certain situations. We can't rush anything, because what we are wishing for is on the other side of a lesson that we're still learning, or something that's still going on that we cannot rush for no reason because it will hurt us. So keep that in mind as well. This is the same as this card. Refusing to see the truth in the matter of the things that are right in front of you, the choices that you have made. Refusing to see that is why you are where you are, the things that you're learning, the things that are going on in your life. Perhaps even the wounds that you have from the past that you don't really see them yet. You need to look at life from a different perspective. Look at it from all perspectives. Look at the people around you from different perspectives as well, because they are your reflection. We're all connected. Observe those people around you. Learn from them, because there's something there that you're still learning. There's something you're refusing to see that you don't see quite yet. It's either a direction, a person, a situation, a lesson, something different. There's also stagnant energy. There's energy that's not moving forward, but it's for a reason. We don't want to see it, but we need to. We need to rest a bit and try to focus on it. Why is the energy stagnant? Why aren't certain things moving forward? It's because something else needs to finish before the others can go. Eventually there's going to be new vitality, a new life, balancing of your chakras. This is the Ace of Wands. New inspiration that comes from the divine, that comes from God, that comes from your third eye. It comes from your connection with the divine. Something inspiring that will happen, a new idea, a new direction, something wonderful that comes into your life during this week. And you also have the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Cups, new love for some of you. Love abounds, or a new way of looking at life that suddenly you fall in love with everything that you do. You know, perhaps you're refusing to see that love is already all around you. You don't see it for what it is yet, but you need to start observing things, observing other people, seeing them for who they are. Their souls learning lessons just like you. So you start to see things, you start to become inspired by life, inspired by the things that are around you, the people around you, all of them a different soul, all of them a different story, and you learn to balance your energies with those around you. And you start to fall in love with everything you do again, which brings about some great inspiration as you move forward. During this week, you're going to open your eyes to a lot of things. Listen to the video, listen to it. It's difficult to understand some of this stuff because it's so much information and a lot of energy, and it sounds pretty confusing and very hard to do, but it's all about loving yourself and loving others, you know, ultimately about growing in spirit. And that's just the way it is. Some of your daydreams and decisions are going to come to focus now. You're going to say, well, I put this dream aside, I put this dream aside, I made this decision which balanced this out or moved it away. You need to focus on something, because this is energy that's wishy-washy. You have all these thoughts, you want to do all these things, but you don't know where to focus because there's just too many of them, too many choices, too many decisions. Center yourself, go within, and just be patient. Be patient, because eventually you see all of the other decisions or all the other paths that you want to take fall to the wayside, because they're not the path that you need to take. Eventually your path opens up. Through communicating with those people around you, you will see what will and what will not materialize, you know, things that you want to do. Because not all of them can materialize. Alright, how much time have I spent with you guys? I'm going to do the interactive, A, B, or C. I did not put out your monthly romance readings yet, but I'm thinking about doing them. So I'll probably do a couple today. And you know I'm going to start with fire signs. And then I'll probably do the earth signs. Followed by water. And lastly, air. So this week I will probably, by the end of this week, I should have them all up. Because I do want to do them with the new format that I have come up with. Familiar? Let go and let God. Get out in nature a bit more. Fall in love with life again so that everything changes. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. This is what I already said, but it's just reiterating the message. Patience, please. Being patient with yourself, patient with the people around you. Things will happen, but they can only happen in divine timing when they're supposed to happen, and not a split second before. Let go of the things that we no longer need in our lives, that don't serve a purpose, not a positive. If it doesn't serve a positive purpose, forget it. You don't need it. Here's my card. The bottom of the deck. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. Being out in nature and just falling in love with life again. This card is for those of you that would like to teach, and it tells me that this is what I need to be doing more of, because it's what I truly, truly love. And what you desire is within reach. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. Well. Okay. Done with show and tell. A, B, or C. Let's see what cards you guys get. I'm definitely putting these out. A, B, and C. Little romance, angels. Just 'cause. Cutting the deck. And your own personal message from Jesus. Alright, for those of you that chose A, practice, practice, practice. Your daily practice, you can polish with your daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. So for those of you that are either starting a new job, would like to do a new job, would like to start your own business, practice, practice, practice. That's what it's going to take to polish those skills so that you can become what you truly desire. Spend more time outside. There's a unicorn. That means it's something that you've wished for. One of your wishes can come true. You just need to practice. Stick with it. Extend your lighthearted energies to others. Again, show more love. Show who you truly are. That raises your vibrations and manifests the things that you're trying to bring into this reality. And flirt a little bit with other people, especially if you're single. And if you are in a relationship with someone, flirt with them a bit more. Raise that passion, that vibration of passion between the both of you. And if you're single, make eye contact with people. Shake hands with them. Talk to them. What time is it? Oh, where do you like to go have coffee? I mean, come on, just come up with something crazy to talk to people about. Flirt a little bit. That's what's going to help you attract the partner that you're looking for. Message from Jesus. Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Again, time to rest, time to meditate. Go within. Search for the kingdom of God within you. Talk to the Master. They do reply. For those of you that chose B, debt paid off. The old weight of habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. For some of you, if you've had something that's been lingering, debt that you have been paying off, it looks like something will happen that will, all of a sudden, the debt will be gone. Either it'll be forgiven, someone will assist you with that, you will get an inheritance from somewhere, something will happen where your debt will be paid off. Maybe it's just a feeling that you owe something to someone, that you owe something, that you owe, I don't know, attention, your life, something to some other person, and that feeling is going to be gone. Releasing your ex, it's time. The time has come to clear your energy from past lovers. When we have relationships with other people, they get into our aura. They may leave energy still there, or some connection that you may still have with your ex. It's time to write it all down on a piece of paper. How you felt about them, the good things, the bad things, and burn it. Release that person. Release that cord. Talk to Archangel Michael. Talk to the energy of the angels. They will come and cut those cords. They will clear that. They will talk to Raphael to cauterize that cord, that wound, that whatever it is that bonded you to another person that has been gone for a very long time. It's time to cut it so that you can move forward freely without the energy of someone else. Thou shalt love thy Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Turn your heart, your thoughts to the divine, to whatever it is you believe in. And know that Jesus is an ascended master. He is very important to a lot of people. Maybe you need to get to know him a little bit more and what he believed in or what he spoke, the things that he said. But you need to raise your vibrations. You need to believe in something greater than yourself so that you can move forward in life. For those of you that chose C, pregnancy. The birth of a child brings great blessings to you and to the world. So, for some of you, you may be expecting, or you're going to be soon, if you're hoping to become pregnant. This card is saying that you will finally manifest that. If you have children or grandchildren, perhaps they're going to have children. They're going to become pregnant, so blessings are coming from a child. If none of that applies to you in your life, then there's a new idea that's being birthed. There's something that you're wanting to bring into this reality, whether it's a business, a new direction, a new home. You're going to be able to materialize that, okay? Let go of control issues and the way that you think that those things need to materialize, and even a relationship. Let go of trying to say, well, I want this person that way. I want this person to be this way. I want to materialize a new partner that has X amount of money, this kind of car, a nice big home. Don't try to control who you're going to be with or how you're going to meet them or when you're going to meet them, because it's all in the hands of the divine. You will be guided to that. You will be guided to the things that you want to manifest. It's coming, but let go of how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen and who it's going to happen with. Allow the situation to unfold naturally, what you are trying to manifest. For some of you, you're holding a grudge. You're holding some pain, again, a wound that you need to release it. Because as soon as you forgive whoever has hurt you or the things that have happened, you will be forgiven of the choices that you have made, the things that you have done. Remember, we're all reflections of each other. And they're trying to heal you. The master's saying, I'm trying to heal you, but you need to release those feelings of resentment, that you can't forgive something or someone or whatever, your own self. You have to, in order to heal, in order to close that wound that you have from a long time ago. Forgive, and you shall be forgiven. Luke 6:37. It's very hard to do, very hard to forgive. It's so hard to love the Lord unconditionally, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind, all the time. Pray, all the time. Think of the divine. Come to Jesus, or come to the divine, when you're tired, when you're overworked, when you're exhausted, when you cannot give anymore, and just give your spirit up to them. Say, please help me. Guide me. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what direction. And believe me, the direction will come. It'll pop into your head, or all doors will close except for one. And it's the divine at work. And sometimes it could be a little bit disruptive, like the Tower card that we got. But so it is. It'll happen quicker when the disruption like that happens. When something just falls to the ground and you're like, oh my God, I'm lost. What do I do now? That path will open up. And you'll know what direction to take. You need to release the things that have hurt you in the past so that the new things could come into your life. And let go of the way that the things are going to come. Don't even envision that. Just say what you want and stick with it, Just keep going forward. Keep moving forward, and those things will start to appear in your life. The people, the situations, what you have wished for will suddenly become available. You still have to work towards them a little bit, but don't control the way that they have to end or happen, or what date or in what way, because it's just not. Sometimes you block yourself from it being able to materialize because you're looking for one particular thing. Open your heart to what comes and then see, It may be more beautiful than what you have ever dreamed of. You won't feel like you owe anyone anything if you move forward and you start healing yourself. All debts will be paid off. All the debts. These could be karmic debts. They could be monetary debts. Something will happen to where you'll feel lighter, like you won't have all these debts hanging over your head, or you don't owe anybody anything and nobody owes you nothing. Your new ideas will begin to materialize. You can start practicing now the things that you want to bring into reality so that you can already be practiced at the art. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in a new positive way. Some of you need to pay attention to your mother, spend more time with your mother, spend more time connecting to your own intuitive guidance, and grace will happen because of it. Okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune is changing things in a good way for you. Becoming more intuitive, more kind, more focused on your family life, on your own parents, if you still have them. Focusing on the energy of the full moon, connecting with the moon and the stages of the moon and how it makes you feel. Because remember, we are part water. And the moon has pull on the tides and the water in us and in everything. So focusing on those phases, on the full moon, releasing anxiety, releasing negativity, things that you don't want in your life anymore. And during the new moon, bringing in, planting the seeds of the things that you want to materialize, that you want to bring into reality. But releasing the control of how it will happen. You will heal, your heart will heal, you will find guidance because our guides are always with us to help us. And grace. The angel holds our hearts in their hands as we heal, as our passion grows, as we release the wounds from the past. Messages will come, people will assist us, and love will abound. Have a blessed week, guys. Remember, if you would like a reading with me, check my links below. You can write to me at Raisa's Healing Arts 11@gmail.com, and we will set up a time for a reading. I love you guys. Have a blessed week. I'll talk to you again soon. If you would like to hook up with my daily card, check me out on Instagram, Raisa's Tarot, and you'll get my card. Bye for now.